It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I've chosen today's beer because, my bad, got a little beer fridge down here. Didn't have room to stand it up, so I laid the beer down on its side. And as I done so, the first day was fine. Second day, I went in the fridge to grab a beer and there was a little leak on one of the bottles, and it was this one. So it's leaked out slightly, but it's been less than 24 hours since the leak happened. So I'm hoping that the beer inside is still absolutely fine. And it was sent from the Netherlands by the wonderful Jalma, Miz, Kaz, Saib and Des. One of the guys was watching last night and I had a few beers. We were doing a live stream, the Stone Crow Virtual Pub, and he showed me how to pronounce his name. And because I was a few beers in, I've woken up today thinking, I can't remember how to pronounce his name after a few beers. My apologies. Anyway, this is called an Afgod, it's a blonde. Now, the horse was owned by, this is a small village brewery. The horse was owned by the grandfather of one of the lovely guys here. And the cat, and the man on the cat, there's a nickname for it. We'll read it in a moment, but it kind of means like a god or something. They were dragging coals through the town in the Netherlands back in the day. So there's the bottle cap for the beer. I'm hoping it's okay. It's 6% ABV in a Belgian style dumpy bottle. Whoa! Okie dokie then. Anytime that happens to me now, it makes me jump. I'm like, only because of that beer exploding in my kitchen. I was half expecting to be covered in beer then. So it's a blonde, it's highly carbonated. And okay, to me, what happens when a beer leaks a little bit out of a cap and air gets into the beer, you have a process called oxidization. The beer will oxidize. So instead of the beer looking blonde, as it should do, it's gone a browny color. And that's a classic sign of oxidization. So bit of a shame. Bit of a shame, my bad. I laid the blooming beer down, my own fault. Should have stood it up. I should find better space for the beers, shouldn't I? Maybe put it in a cool cupboard or something rather than lay the beer down. But we got a 2 to 3 finger white head, good levels of carbonation on the beer. Yeah, it's a browny coloured blonde. That probably should be looking more like a blonde. Nice and hazy. Let's get the aroma. Thankfully, it smells absolutely fantastic. A little bit kind of sherbety, and you get a sense of that carbonation in the aroma. A little bit of lime, a little bit of lemon. Almost kind of like funky and saison-like. A little bit spicy, peppery. Smells really good. You can see that carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. Got a nice head. I'm able now to probably get the rest of the beer. Hopefully. It looks like I will. There we go. See that little bit of sediment there on the drip of the bottle? That's what I was looking for. That's what I was trying to get into the glass. A lot of that flavour is in that sediment in the bottom, so it's always good to kind of shake it up and get it into the glass. So let's dive in then. Cheers, everybody. Wow. That is fantastically carbonated. Whoa, that is kind of like, oof. like Stone the Crows type. Great drinkability to the beer, lovely and refreshing, 6% ABV, slightly biscuity, slightly sweet, a little bit of that lemon coming through, a little bit of that lime. There's now, as I'm talking right now, there's a bitterness that's rolling on the palate. It's lovely. Whoa. Very good beer. And I put this in the fridge a couple of hours ago to cool it down, and it's cooled down quite quickly actually. It's one of those beers that is quite nice. It's not super chilled by any means, but it's got a nice feel to it, a nice coolness to it. In terms of the malt, yeah, there's that lovely kind of biscuity, bready flavours coming from the malt. Now, I'm thankful to say that the beer's been saved. I think if I left that beer, after it leaked a bit, if I left that 3-4 days, then I think there would have been a problem. I think the beer would have started to kind of go off. The oxygen in the beer would have caused a problem. What normally happens is with a beer, they fill it up to about here and then they cap it straight away. And because the beer is carbonated in the bottle, that top area there, that last kind of centimetre, if you like, is not air. It's the carbonation. I always get monoxide and dioxide mixed up. It's carbon dioxide, I think, that's in the top of this. So it's a little protective layer that's keeping the beer nice and safe from all the oxygen around, because the atmosphere will kill a beer. If you want an example of the atmosphere around us killing a beer, pour a beer and leave it on a table for 45 minutes. Go back and drink it. It will taste completely different from that first sip you tried. It will just, first of all, it'll oxidize, then it'll warm up, and then the sun will affect the hops. It's an amazing process, so it's always good to drink your beer quite quickly. So, here we go then. Brouwerij De Kantelaer, the Afgod. The horse on the label was called Puck. He used to pull carts full of coal through Seen Ben Weld, the village where this beer is brewed. Puck belonged to one of our grandfathers. The Afgod is the nickname that was given to the man on the label on top of the cart. It translates to idol of demigod. It's really interesting, isn't it? Well, yeah, horse and carts full of coal. I live in a coal. This town I live in here in Barry, it used to be the largest coal exporting town in the whole world. That's why this house is here. It was a dockman's house where he went to work on the dock less than a mile away, and he would probably shovel coal onto boats all day. You know, that's what it was. That's what this whole thing is here for. And I suppose, of course, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, they worked in the coal industry, didn't they? They worked. You always think of it as a great, I mean, it probably wasn't, it's probably dirty and horrible, but they always told great stories, didn't they, the grandfathers, about their industry. And they always had lots of money as well. They were never short of a bob or two, were they? They worked hard, they played hard. So, rating for this beer then. Rating. I'm not going to take any notice of the colour of the beer because that was my fault. I laid the beer down, it's oxidised, it's changed colour. The aroma, fantastic. The taste, really good. Really good. I like that beer enough to give it a Stone the Crows 9 out of 10. Really good beer. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.